A lot of you guys have been asking me to do a guide on all of the elemental domains in the Otherworld exploration event, and that's exactly what we're going to do in today's video. Now, in order to collect these rewards, you need to defeat each one of these bosses on stage 5. Now, let me tell you a secret, guys. You don't actually need to build 3 different teams in order to defeat the bosses. In fact, you don't even need to go in with the right elemental affinity because you're still gonna be able to defeat them as long as you are following the next steps. Before we move over to that, I just want to say a big thank you to Dragonheir for sponsoring today's video. If you guys haven't tried Dragonheir Silent Ghost just yet, what are you waiting for? Come join me. You can download the game by clicking the link in the description down below, or in the pinned comment, or by scanning the QR code you see on the screen. Plus, on top of it, you get to help and support the channel as well. Starting with the very first elemental domain, guys, which is the fire one. Now, Skratch, he is a bit of a tricky pony because he will put burn on all of your team, and him and Perkunte, actually, they are doing AoE damage that cover the entire area. So you cannot really trick them as you are able to trick Oster, for example. So he's using the AoE only on a specific group of champions. But positioning in here will be pretty important. So how you may notice, he's covering the entire area. And you do need to have quite a bit of accuracy for stage 5. You need to have 300 plus accuracy. Now, I'm actually a bit short on some of the characters, so we're gonna see if we need to adjust anything. What I would suggest you is to manual the runs to make sure you are getting to use the skills at the right moment. Now, I am on the test server, guys. My account is completely at a different level now. I have all the Psychic Core maxed. Here, I don't have that. And I have the alliance bonuses on my account. Here, I'm not even part of an alliance, so I'm lacking those stats. I'm really trying to squeeze this team, guys, to get the job done. We have Flurbart as a tank and a bit of healing. Of course, these characters can be replaced as well, guys. So if you don't have them, you're going to be able to use different characters to get the job done. I tried to go with Flurbart and to go with Lightning and Poison because there are a lot of decent options that are fairly free-to-play friendly. Instead of Viola, you could use an Irina on a stun set. I would actually be tempted to put another stun set on a different character, honestly. I feel like it would help quite a bit. You want to control the waves as much as possible, and that's exactly what we're going to do with Viola. I'm going to make sure we are using the ultimate skill at the right moment. I was going to say the A3 for whatever reason. And Nathaniel, he will bring shield, he will bring a bit of extra healing. Now, one thing to keep in mind when we are talking about Skratch and the burn, you want to have at least one tile gap in between your characters. If not, the burn will deal additional damage. So you want to dodge that as well. Let's actually go in with the run. I'm going to stop that skill from being used just yet. Same with Sigrid. I'm going to let Flurbart go first. That decreased accuracy can be a bit of an issue, especially if we don't manage to land any of the debuffs. And right here, I'm going to control them now because I want to make sure they are getting the decreased attack and they're getting stunned preferably, so they're not going to put in a big healing or deal crazy damage on my team, you know. You do have this skill right here on the side with the shield that you might have to use every now and then. I'm still going to keep Viola's skill on cooldown and use it when I need to, just because I feel like I'm going to need it for the next wave to be spot on. And if I start using it from the very beginning, I will get to probably have a chance to overlap it and use it again before they get to use their own ultimate, you know? And in the meantime, we're just going to deal some extra damage on here. So right now I'm going to use it. Yeah, we should be getting all 3 of them. And then I'm going to let it go on auto for the next time. If I need to stop it, I will do it. If you don't have Nathaniel, you can use an Adolphus as well. And you can go, for example, on 3-man elemental affinity. You don't even need a 5-man elemental affinity unless you're planning to gain the extra damage, which, of course, is very helpful to have it, but it's not a necessity, you know? So there we go. Sigrid smashing them. Let's see the damage. Sigrid and Yola are the only 2 damage dealers. Right here, we have him, and we have the epic champion. I forgot the epic champion's name, actually. We managed to land a decreased attack, which is great. We want to have that spot on. And right now, I kind of want a time when Nathaniel is using his skill, right? And then I want a time when I'm using the skill with Yola to try and put a decreased attack on these enemies, you know? So we got a decreased attack. Sweet, we have the shield. So now when he's detonating the burn, because we have the shield, he's not really going to damage us as much, you know? So that's why it's very, very important to try and time these skills. Now, the boss should be on an 18 seconds rotation. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get it back on time, but I'm going to use the shield that I had from the skill. And right here, he's not able to deal crazy damage. And just like this, he's going down. I'm going to show you the builds on the characters and everything else that I have in just a second, guys. But one of them, biting the dust, and we actually did a run pretty fast, right? 2 minutes and a bit. So we got one of the stage 5 done. And that's how we're looking in terms of damage. Of course, Sigrid, she's really putting in some work. 3.4 million. We have Viola with 2 million. Viola, she has accuracy because I want that extra decrease attack, and I want to stun the enemies every now and then. How I mentioned, if you don't have Viola, you might have to use either 1 stun set, either 2 stun sets. Now let me show you a different type of strategy in here with Oster. So with Oster, guys, we're going to have to position our champions differently. He takes additional fire and necrotic damage, but how I mentioned, you don't actually need to bring in those elemental affinities against this boss if you want to defeat him. It's not a necessity because you're not taking extra damage if you don't have these affinities. So it's really no point for you to go and build multiple teams and think about it too much, basically. So this is what we have in terms of waves. They will be pretty challenging, especially with the 2 Gurtins once we're going to get at the boss. But the good part is that they don't really have any Ice Blast enabler to really melt our tank down quick. So the boss has this AoE, which we are actually trying to dodge with the positioning. But let me quickly show you the positioning. Go on stage 5. We're going to use some food again, just in case if that expired, to gain the extra accuracy. So what you want to do, have your 3 tanky champions in one corner. Like this, the boss will use the AoE on them without touching your damage dealers, your squishy damage dealers. So they will never really get damaged at the boss, you know. But again, here, you want to make sure you are using your skills wisely, you know. So we're going to do Yola on manual. I'm thinking about Nathaniel. He could definitely work on a stun set. Maybe some accuracy on Sigrid here would be amazing, just because of the heal reduction. But I feel like we're going to be able to do it without that too. I only have, at the moment, the Crown of the Unclean on my Yola, guys, so I don't have AoE defense down. That will definitely speed up the run quite a bit. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to let Yola use her skill first, and then I'm going to go with Sigrid, just to make sure I'm going to deal damage on multiple targets. But unfortunately, that attack down did not land on them, as they have the block debuffs from Catherine. This is a bit more challenging in terms of how long it takes you to do it, and that's mainly because they have so much healing on the first wave. Okay, so we got one down. Let's see if we are struggling, we're gonna have to put a bit of accuracy on Sigrid, but we are pretty short on time. We have 20 seconds left, so we might not be able to do it from the very first try. I will probably have to bring in some heal reduction on Sigrid just to speed up a bit the entire process. It feels like that might be the case, actually, yeah. So we are running out of time, but the strategy is pretty straightforward. I will need heal reduction. So that being concluded, let's actually quickly add some accuracy on my Sigrid, and that will allow us to farm the very first wave much faster. So what I'm going to do right now is quickly going to change a couple of things on her. I don't even have to do anything too crazy, too extreme, you know. So I'm going to give her the Incense Burner. That will give me some accuracy. I'm going to change the rune, guys, and we're going to give her an accuracy 1 instead. So the reason why I will leave this in the video as well, guys, is for you to see and understand what exactly was the main issue, what exactly was happening that caused at least my team to have issues in here. You know, I feel like it will be a beneficial thing for most of you guys to understand that, you know. So there we go. We gain a bit of crit rate. We drop quite a bit of attack, and I still need to gain preferably a bit of accuracy. I'm going to look to see if I can get something from here. So either an attack, either a crit damage, and see if something will give me a bit of accuracy. Let's see. Okay, perfect. I am losing 12 crit rate, so it's not that perfect. We changed our mind quickly with that. We're gonna look for something else. So maybe a piece of gear that will have accuracy. So let's see, attack. Do we have accuracy? No. So we can look for one that has accuracy here. Maybe this one. Okay, we're losing 22 crit damage, but that's fine. We're gaining more accuracy. Not like we gained a huge amount, but we're gonna see if the trade was worth it. Even though we're gonna get that extra crit damage back, you know, because that was a pretty bad trade. And seems like we had no issues in surviving whatsoever. So instead, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use attack, food, and accuracy just to get me back on track. I will still use the defense aura though, because I don't wanna neglect that part too much. And I'm still gonna let Yola to use her ultimate, and then of course go with Sigrid, put a heal reduction. So let's do this. Okay, and Sigrid, heal reduction on everybody. So this should be much faster. Okay, they do have block debuffs right now, which can be a bit of a tricky situation. I'm actually going to wait with their ultimate skills till the block debuffs expires on them, and that's when I'm gonna go back in again, put a decrease attack. I have defense down on one of them, and now heal reduction, bang. And you see how much faster it goes just by changing a couple of things on one of the characters. It is basically like adopting a bit of a different strategy in here, because we are heavily relying now on heal reduction instead, and it does seem to pay off. I was gonna stop that ultimate, but I was a bit too slow, unfortunately. Luckily, she's recovering her ultimate energy pretty fast. So now again, we are going to drop that on them. Sigrid, she should be getting her skill on time before that decrease attack expires. If not, Froerbart will land it. And look at that. We saved so much time. We literally saved over 1 minute. And now we can let her go crazy with Froerbart. Froerbart on its own, Garius on its own can take quite a bit of time to kill him, you know. You guys know the drill in Arena, how it is. Like, he's so tanky sometimes. It's so hard to really get him down, but we should be able to make it happen. Especially that he's actually cleansing that heal reduction, you know. So where are we? Have we actually really saved some time with all this? We did, okay. So we saved at least like 20-30 seconds, and that's exactly what we needed. We don't really need more than this, and that was actually a bit of a bad timing with Sigrid, but that's fine. She will get to use the ultimate after together with Froerbart. I'm gonna stop Yolas just for a second to make sure that Sigrid is gonna be able to catch up on the ultimate energy, and she should be able to do it pretty quick. Come on, Sigrid. Okay. Control on everybody. Sigrid coming in with the damage. And then we are getting at the boss. We're going to be more than fine. One man down. We need 3 more to go down. 3 more to go down. The key is to have excessive healing. If you have excessive healing, you're going to be fine. And I really wanted to do it from the test server, so I have no alliance bonuses whatsoever, because that makes a big difference. My alliance literally unlocked all of the alliance bonuses on the 2nd day. That's how crazy they all went, you know. So that would be a bit unfair to just go in with a full team with all those stats, you know. It's pretty hardcore. So right here, I'm actually going to stop. My God, I even stopped it pretty fast, but still it wasn't fast enough. I gotta stop Nathaniel ASAP. Froerbart can do it. Okay, Nathaniel, I don't think he will gain the shield in time. We do have this decrease attack from everybody, which is on everybody, which is good, even though it comes from Sigrid now, because we have plenty of accuracy on her as well, and I have over 1 minute to deal with this boss, you know. I can literally just let it go on auto from here. How I mentioned before, there's no way in hell I'm gonna keep up the step with him. And the Scarab Amulet on Froerbart actually saved him quite a bit there, because if no, Oster ignores defense with a basic skill, and that can be pretty annoying, pretty dangerous, you know. But there we go. His AoE is still gonna go in the exact same corner, and as long as your squishy nukers won't actually get hammered by him, you're going to be more than fine. So defense down, decrease attack, 40 seconds. He's just Man down. That's exactly what he is. Somebody call Rihanna because we have a man down. I think she was singing that song. I can't even remember. But here we go, guys. The second boss, the second elemental dungeon is done with the same team. And we are using no fire, no necrosis damage whatsoever. So another one bites the dust. But this took a bit longer. Not only that we are lacking the 50% extra damage from the elemental affinity, but we had to deal with a heavy support team at the very beginning. So we've done Ascetius, we've done Oster. The next one we have Perkunte. Now this one as well, he's a bit of a tricky pony, similar with Ascetius, just because he has this AoE that covers the entire area. Now the trick with him, guys, again, you need some sort of a shield to keep your team alive, or you need to make sure you have the decreased attack on him. Luckily, the waves that he has are not actually increasing his passive, so he's not gonna gain stacks of Overwhelm. So because of it, we should be pretty much able to get this sorted in a decent manner of time. The main thing is to be able to survive his AoE, you know. So here with the positioning, we want to use a different thing as well. You've seen his battle skill is AoE as well, so he has the exact same positioning like Oster. We want to dodge that to go on as few champions as possible. The reason why is because he will put electrocuted on them, and if that's the case, we're gonna get more stacks on his passive, you know. So we're gonna attempt to move one of the characters here somewhere where he cannot reach her. So then when the tank moves at the front, he will only hit the two champions right here, you know. That's the plan. We're gonna see if it works. It might not. Now, for this one, I want to put, again, the defense food with accuracy. And I'm gonna make sure I'm using the defense aura, because it will definitely be required, you know. So we have an Atheniel. We have double Vikak on the enemy team. So I'm gonna try to control them as well. I'm gonna manual Yola skill. I don't really care about the tank. I just care about the back row here. So as long as I can get the front row too by the looks of it, so that's fine. So we got unresisted on the tank, not a problem. They will get to heal and cleanse and be pretty annoying as well, these ones, you know. So you see, having them like this will actually keep the boss away from us, you know. We got resisted again. Ah, we have decreased accuracy on her. I was thinking, like, why are we constantly getting resisted there, you know? I should have timed a bit my Sigrid better, just to put more damage on them when they have debuffs. But it's fine. They still seem to go down pretty quick. It's just Vikak's passive, you know, the chance to put decreased accuracy when he's getting hit is a pretty nice one, actually. It's a pretty nice one, especially for the Grave of Wrath. It feels like he was designed for the Grave of Wrath. I'm not going to use Yola's ultimate right now, because I want to save it for this part. Shook can be pretty dangerous, so I'm going to try to use it directly. So like this, I'm going to get to recharge the skill again before their ultimate and try to stun them again, so I delay how fast they are using their ultimate. So when you have stun on the enemy, they are not gaining ultimate energy, okay? Keep that in mind. Is a bit of a secret. So there we go. Seems like they managed to use the ultimate, though I wasn't fast enough. Probably not enough skill haste on my Yola. But they are going down. We're gonna have plenty of time to deal with this boss. Where are we? 2 of them left. And I can use this because I'm positive that I will recharge it. I'm gonna stop Sigrid's just in case. And now we're gonna let her go crazy. Nathaniel is going down too. Hopefully before the cleanse. Beautiful. Shook's damage was not enough to really hurt my characters. So right here, again, I want to make sure I can stop the skills on Nathaniel and the rest in time, you know. Okay, so we're going to have that decreased attack. That's fine. We'll take that. You see how his battle skill just went on 2 of my characters rather than on 3 of them. So he got no stacks on his passive right now, Perkunte. So the damage won't be as crazy. Now, if we let him gain stacks, if we're grouping all of the team together, that will actually give him a lot of stacks of overwhelm on his passive, and that will increase the damage overall. So we want to dodge that at pretty much all costs, preferably. Okay, again, he got 0 stacks. So basically, when he puts electrocuted on your team and that gets triggered, he's gaining stacks. Like, there we go. We got 1 stack that will increase his damage, you know. But I don't think he's gonna get too many. He's just not gonna get too many. No decrease attack this time around. That was more dangerous. We want to make sure we are keeping the decrease attack, you know. Okay, this will be a bit of an issue because my character's grouped around. But we have decrease attack. Nathaniel should be putting the shield right before. Okay. He has no stacks, which is great. That's exactly what we want from him. The more decrease attack on the beta as well. And it should be pretty straightforward from here. How you may notice, guys, is all about positioning usually in all of these challenges. You know, like whenever we have a new dungeon, positioning is key. Whenever we have even the world bosses, positioning is key most of the times, because I know some of the elemental affinities don't have the craziest champions, and it might seem a bit harder to deal with most of the things that we need to challenge in the game. But having the ability to position your champions how you want is absolutely amazing, because that's what really gives you the edge, guys. So all 3 elemental domains defeated with the exact same team. Now you've seen we made a bit of a change on the second one, but that's a thing that you can have from the very beginning and you don't have to worry about it. Let me just quickly show you again we cannot go back in here. Let me just quickly show you all the characters that we used. So let's go to Poison and Lightning. So we had no legendaries, of course. So we have Viola. This is what we have on her in terms of gear and stats. We have 1 Inventor set, the Crown of the Unclean. These are her total stats. 35k HP, 4.1k attack, 1.7k defense, 95 crit, 130 crit damage, 240 accuracy. Then we use Nathaniel. He is with the Antinia's Tiara as an artifact, 68k HP, 2k defense, 362 enlightenment, so the more enlightenment the better. And we have 52 skill haste. That's of course from the set and from the substats on the actual gear. Then we use 3 poison heroes. We have Frothbart. We have him with the Scarab Amulet. These are his total stats: 79k HP, 4.3k defense, and I have 257 accuracy. Then we have Sigrid with the Incense Burner. She is with an Inventor set, and we have 43k HP, 1.8k defense, 3.4k attack, 96 crit, 153 crit damage, 214 accuracy. And Hexandra, she has the Luminary Order Gospel. She has a Moonlight set similar with Nathaniel, and we have 75k HP, 3.4k defense, 150 enlightenment, and we have 50 skill haste, again 20 from the set, and we have some extra from the runes. Sorry, not accessories, from the runes. But that is everything for this guide, guys. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to smash a like, subscribe to the channel. Thanks again to Dragonheir for sponsoring today's video. And if you guys want to get involved with Dragonheir and you want to help and support the channel, you can download the game by using my link in the description down below or in the pinned comment, or by scanning the code you see on the screen. That was all for today, guys. Peace.